Hello students and namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and our today's topic is from your standard 8th social science semester 2 textbook chapter number 5, that is Revolutionaries of India. So in the first lecture of this chapter we had understood the meaning of revolutionary, and we had also studied about different revolutionaries of India, namely Vasudev Balwant Phadke, then Khudiram Bose, Veer Savarkar, and Ram Prasad Bismil, and at last we had seen about Ashfaqullah Khan. So today we are going to study about the remaining revolutionaries which are given in this chapter, okay, namely Chandrashekhar Azad, okay, then it was Bhagat Singh, okay, and at last we are given about Shyamji Krishna Verma, okay, and one of the lady revolutionary of India whose name was Madam Kama, okay. So let us begin our lecture and we'll try to understand about different revolutionaries of India. So first one is Chandrashekhar Azad, okay. So his real name was Chandrashekhar Sitaram Tiwari, and he was born on 23rd July 1906. Okay, there is 1906 in Bhaura village of Alirajpur district in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and he received preliminary education in Kashi. Preliminary means primary education. Okay, primary schooling from Kashi. He was a nationalist since the childhood. That means the feeling of nationalism was there in him, was present in him since childhood. Chandrasekhar participated in the non-cooperation movement. When he was arrested for the first time, he was so young that the police did not have handcuffs. Handcuffs means hatkadi, right? Such a young child he was. Okay. In the court, when he was asked his name, he said Azad. Okay, when he was asked in the court, he was presented in the court, and when the judge asked him, "What is your name?" So he said, "My name is Azad." Okay, he told that his father's name was Freedom. Okay, and residence was prison. Okay, after that, he became popular as Azad. So we know him by the name of Chandrashekhar Azad, and he too, that means he also participated in the train robbery. Okay, we had learned about or read about the Kakori robbery or loot. Okay, which was looted for the purpose of taking away the treasury, which was going to be used for the arms and ammunitions purchase, and which could be used against the Britishers. Okay, so 40 revolutionaries were arrested, but Azad managed to escape. And the British government announced a bounty. Bounty we already know, reward or a prize. Okay. So British government announced a bounty to catch him. Azad had taken a vow. That means he had promised himself to not to be caught alive by the British authority. And on 27th February 1931, Azad was surrounded by the British police in Alfred Park of Allahabad, and Azad put up a brave fight single-handedly, right? That means he was surrounded by the Britishers and he was all alone. Then too he fought very bravely against the Britishers, and then he shot himself. Right, at that time Azad realized that now he doesn't have any chance to escape away, and therefore he shot himself because he had taken a vow. He had promised himself that he will not be caught alive in the hands of the Britishers. So it is said that the police was so scared of Azad that they shot 2 to 3 bullets in his body to confirm his death before they stepped closer to him, right? So when Azad shot himself, he was lying, right? His body was lying on the ground, but then too the Britishers were so scared of him, right, that they could not go or they could not go closer to Azad because they were still worried that he might or he will stand up and attack them. Right, so that much the Britishers were scared of him, and to confirm whether he is actually dead or alive, they again shot two or three bullets on his body, and then they tried to verify it. Then they went closer to Azad. Okay, so that was about Chandrashekhar Azad. Next is Bhagat Singh. So Bhagat Singh was born on 28th September 1907 in the Banga village of Lyalpur district in Punjab. He studied European revolutionary movements and was attracted to anarchist and Marxist ideology. Now, we'll try to understand what is the meaning of anarchist and Marxist ideology, right? So, anarchist ideology. So, anarchist comes from the word anarchy, right? So, anarchy means what, right? So, it is a state of being freely constituted without authorities, okay, or a governing body, right? So anarchist is a political philosophy, and it means when nobody has a power over everyone. Nobody has a power over everyone. We could see, right, we know that during the time when we are talking about is when the Britishers, they were in control of India, they were at the power, they controlled all the people in India. That means they were the rulers, and the people of India, right, they were treated as slaves, right? So this thing was not liked by Bhagat Singh, right? So he had studied about anarchist system, okay, under which it was suggested that there should be no one who should control everyone. And then next was the Marxist, okay, Marxist ideology. Marxist ideology means what, right? So this is again a philosophy or a movement which was uh, given by Karl Marx. He was a philosopher, right? And the main thing, what he noticed was that at his time, there were capitalists. That means the people who are having their own factories or big businesses. So those people were known as capitalists, okay, and they were very powerful. And at the same time, there were people who were laborers, who were employees, who were working under them, right? So Karl Marx believed that if these people, that is the capitalists, they were continuously exploiting the employees or the laborers, and he suggested that if this capitalist will not think about the employees or the laborers, or if they will not try to bring change, okay, for the betterment of these people, a time will come when they will overtake or overturn this situation, okay, and the employees or the laborers, they will outthrow them, okay. That means they will remove them from the power. So that was Karl Marx ideology. And in the same way, we can also compare ourselves, our India, where the Britishers were in power and they were exploiting the Indians. And uh, we know very well that for the exploitation can no longer uh, be followed by anyone, right? So for India also, the Indian people knew very well that a time will come when they will be able to remove the Britishers from the power, and they will be free from all the kind of exploitation, okay. So that was about the anarchist and Marxist ideology, and he became involved in numerous revolutionary organizations and quickly rose through the ranks of the Hindustan Republican Association to become one of its main leaders. Okay, so quickly rose through the ranks means when you join an institution or organization, you are a fresher, you are new to that institution, so you might be at the lower level, you might not be given much importance, but due to your work, your dedication, okay, uh, you might be promoted. But Bhagat Singh, he was so active in all the revolutionary activities that very quickly he reached to the top of the Hindustan Republican Association. It was an organization who was fighting against the Britishers. He came in contact with Sukhdev, Bhagat, Bhagwat Charan, and Yashpal while he studied at Lahore National College. Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt threw a bomb in the Legislative Assembly on 8th April 1928. Right, so this was a very remarkable incident. Okay, and their main objective was just to draw the attention of the British government. Right, after throwing away the bomb, they could have escaped. Okay, but they stood there and shouted slogans like "Inqilab Zindabad." साम्राज्यवाद का नाश हो दुनिया के मजदूर एक हो okay so this was the slogan which was said by them or spoken out by them okay and at that same time in the assembly they dispersed that means they distributed the pamphlets with a revolutionary message fired shots in the air and then surrendered themselves peacefully so Bhagat Singh Sukhdev and Rajaguru killed British officers Saunders to avenge the murder of Lala Lajpat Rai. We have seen that Lala Lajpat Rai was very badly beaten during a lathi charge, okay, and to take the avenge. Avenge means to punish somebody, okay, for hurting you or your family in some way, okay. So they tried to punish him by killing him, okay. Further, the trio was hanged on 23rd March 1931. Okay, so that is Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajaguru. Next is Shyamji Krishna Verma. So Shyamji Krishna Verma was born on 4th October 1857 in Mandvi village of Kutch. He was the prisoner pioneer, right? So pioneer means a person who is main, who is the beginner or the who has taken the initiative. Okay, is the main person. So he was the pioneer of the revolutionary activities abroad. Abroad means uh, outside India. He graduated from the Oxford University and he played a vital role in establishing the Indian Home Rule Society in London on 18th February 1905. Its office was in his house and it was given the name India House. Okay. For the propagation of his institution, he started a magazine entitled Indian Sociologist and Shyamji Krishna Verma was associated with Vinayak Savarkar, Lala Hardayal, Madanlal Dhingra, Sardar Singh Rana, and Madam Kama in the revolutionary activities. He arranged a scholarship for Indians. Okay, that means the Indians who are very knowledgeable, who are very good, and who were having the nationalism feeling. He gave a scholarship to them to come to England and study or have higher studies and get more knowledge. Okay, so further, in 1909 century, Madanlal Dhingra shot dead Sir William while near Trafalgar Square in London for which he was hung to death. Feeling unsafe in London, Shyamji Krishna Verma shifted to Paris and after some time he shifted to Switzerland and he died in 1930. Okay, so that was about Shyamji Krishna Verma. Okay, further things to know: the urns of ashes of Shyamji and his wife Bhanumati were brought to India on 4th September, okay, 2003 at Mandvi, Kutch. A memorial called Kranti Tirth dedicated to him and was built and inaugurated in 2010 near Mandvi. Okay. Next we'll study about Madam Kama. So Madam Kama was born on 24th September 1861 in Mumbai. She stayed in London from 1902 to 1907 century, and in 1905 century she was an associate of Shamji Krishna Verma. That means she worked with him in establishing Indian Home Rule Society, and she was present in the second International Socialist Conference held in Stuttgart of Germany in 1907 century. And in this conference she unfurled the Indian tricolor flag with the slogan Vande Mataram. Okay, so these were our great revolutionaries, okay, who had been continuously fighting for the freedom of the India and its people. Okay, so here our chapter gets over, and I'll also end my lecture over here, and I thank you everyone for watching my video.